Yo, 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 what's going on? It is the Fantasy Football Show. I am here live with my homie, my brother from another mother, aka Mr. Fizzle, out here tonight joining us. No Nick Wilcox as he's out there chopping it up in Canton, man, living it up. Draft night out champion. So shout out to the homie Nick Wilcox, man, for sure. Hope you're listening. And if you're not, I know you'll be listening on the plane. But yeah, man, welcome to the show, aka Mr. Fizzle Dollars, man, aka the Juice. What's going on, brother?
I'm slacking, bro. I ain't got mine. Now we got some juice. Now we got some juice, man.
Let's go.
Now we got some juice. What's good? What's good, man? How you feeling, brother? I'm glad to be here, man. Appreciate the invite.
Listen, man, just I've been waiting on this one for a long time, man. We met was it 2 years ago now, man? At the expo, seen you, man. The one thing that caught my eye, man, was that Memphis jersey that you had, man. That was sick. Yeah. That was sick with it. And I was like, all right,
3-6 Mafia, Memphis.
Yeah, man. That caught my eye right there, man. And then the slick Willie Bayman, man. I was like, all right, this guy, man. This is what it's about.
That's like because the year before that, probably I wore the He Hate Me XFL jersey. So
Ross Smart, He Hate Me.
That's my that's like my moment. I go to Expo, I just break out all the good tools, man. The stuff I ain't got to use in a minute,
Dig that, man. And for y'all that don't know Fizzle, man, Fizzle, he's deep in the dynasty game, does a little bit of music stuff. Tell us about yourself, man. Who is Fizzle Dollars, man, and I love the Juice thing because like Juicy J, that was actually like my high school email, man, was Juice, man. And so I love Juicy J. Juicy J is like one of my favorite like people in the entire world. So, when you change things and it was the Juice, I was like, oh my God, man. I was like, this is my family right here. This is my family. So tell us about yourself, brother.
Man, hey, I'm just a cool guy, man. At least I like to tell my daughter that I'm the coolest guy, right? I'm just original, man. I just like to be me. I like to do what I want to do, how I like to do it. And yeah, I just enjoy doing what I like to do, man. So music is like my number one passion. And how I got into this game, for those that know, I really started watching content during the beginning stage, or probably late stages of the COVID era. And started getting in chats, and hey, one day, man, somebody said my name, they played my album, and I said, you know what, I'm about to make them a song. So made them an intro song. Next thing you know, it went to more and more, and all of a sudden, I go to the expo, have the Dez Bryant, Lisa Ann experience, and then poof, man, my journey is started from there. So music is my number one passion, but I figured a way to, I'm 38 now, man. So the charts are over with for me. So now I implement music into my podcast fantasy space, and I like that it's the best of both worlds for me. So I think I got a cheat code in this game because nobody else can do it like me. That's how I feel.
All right, dig that, man, dig that. Yeah, nah, bro, like I love everything, man, you about, man. Obviously, like that's why we got you on the show, man. Like, love your energy, love everything that you do, man. Like I tell you all the time, man, like your graphics, man, your content, your video, man, it always catches my eye, man. I see you out here grinding every single day, damn near, man. Like just going live, man, doing like a lot of dynasty drafts, man. I seen you had somebody from Fantasy Pros on a couple weeks ago, man. I seen that. Yeah. So definitely I think that's the second time like you worked with him. It's Pat. I'll butcher the name. What's his name? Pat. Yeah.
Ms. Morris. Yeah.
I seen that right there. So that was definitely pretty fire, man. So like you guys, like you talk about like a lot of things, man. Like you mentioned, like you just a cool dude, talk about a lot of things. So we will be talking about a lot of things tonight on this show. So the first thing we're gonna talk about, man, and I want to hear your take on it. LeBron to the Sixers, brother. What you got, man? Yeah. What you got, bro?
It's funny because I've been quiet on this because I'm gonna actually talk about this on my show tomorrow. But hey, guess what? I'm talking about it now too. Man, listen, bro. I had to take 4 years off of LeBron, man. I cannot represent the Lakers, bro. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers would just never, ever, ever get any love from me, man. It just can't happen. So now that my boy is free, he's out of there. We back, baby. We back on the LeBron train. We back on the – I don't know if this is the retirement year because knowing him, man, he mess around and play 2 more years. But I'm finally back as the LeBron fan, man. We back, baby. So I'm happy to see it.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. Yeah, the homie Nick Wilcox. There he is. All right. What up, brother? What up? Got some more love in the chat. What's up?
My brother, Voorhees. What's good?
Okay. All right. So, yeah, we got...
Shout out Cornbread. That's my brother, too, man.
Shout
out
right. Man. Dig that. Yeah, man. The cross collabo happening tonight, man. Yeah, I'm diehard Bron fan. Like everybody that knows me knows that. And actually, I told one of my boys, he was asking me a couple of weeks ago. He's like, "Where do you think Bron gonna go?" I was like, "Man," I said, "if I'm him, man," I said, "I'm going Philly." I said, "I'm going Philly, man." I said, and the reason why
Okay.
I said I'm going Philly, man, I said is like, this for every LeBron, fan, like this might be like where, as you said, like he might take a step back. Like this might be the year, man, where it's like 18-8-5.
Yeah.
This is what it's gonna be, man. It's gonna be that because there's a lot of young bulls there in Philly. And obviously like Jaylen Brown going there. Via the trade.
Hmm.
This is the most stacked team he's ever played on, man. Like this is more stacked than the Miami Heat. Like in my opinion, I think it is. I think this is the most stacked team, and I'm excited for it, man, because I think he's gonna get a chance to go out there and be a facilitator, and then realistically, man, being able to throw the ball to different guys, man, to be able to get buckets, and just the pressure and the weight that's out there, because it's crazy the fact that this man has been 37, 38, 39, and like we still. I say we, like the haters still have the expectation for this
Oh,
man to
for
be a
sure.
25, 26-year-old. And I say this all the time, man. Like, whenever the GOAT is gone, ain't gonna be nothing to talk about, man. So like all these haters, they
There
ain't
you
gonna
go.
have no content, you know what I mean? So yeah, like you can call it ring chasing, but as I like to say, brother Nick, this right here, in this life that we live, we all trying to put ourselves in the best possible position and possible
Hmm.
scenario to be
For sure.
successful. So I can never hate on another man for doing that, because hey, a lot of us are doing that in our day to day, man. So yeah, man, I'm pretty excited about that anyway. So all right, man. So we'll get into some football here, man. You obviously you're a big dynasty guy. That's what it is, man. You told me in the DMs about all the dynasty leagues you had. I said I got two. How many leagues you play in, man?
I want to say running. I'm gonna say 11, but 9 are like the real. 11 is like the other
All
two are just like they might not even be around. But nine currently, and I'm trying to keep it around that. I gotta. It's been a crazy off season though, man. I will admit because I said this in my Discord and a couple of places. It's like this off season, man. It's so dead right now. It's just like the deadest off season I've ever seen. I honestly believe it's the rookie class because think about it. We
Mm,
don't have those big names that people just like, they just going crazy over. It's like if you're doing a dynasty mock draft right now, once you get or your rookie mock draft, once you get past like pick 107, man, it's
mm,
crickets. You don't want
mm-hmm.
nobody else really. So
Yep.
I think the off season unhype of the off season is what really killed the off season of what's going on because last year, man, I was getting invite after invite after invite of hey, join my league, join my league. This year, man, I haven't heard one person even say they're creating a league. So it's getting it's getting bad, man, right now for dynasty and these rookies in this class, man. It's not looking good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in. I think I got two. Yeah, I have two dynasty leagues. Is what I got, man. And one of them, man, they gave me a team that is a very high buy-in here locally, man. And like the last guy didn't even win a game, man. So actually, I won two games last year, which was a miracle.
Mm,
We played like two games. The other one was actually a pretty decent team. It's a 10-team league. So when you were asking me about dynasty, I've got those two. That's all I've got, man.
mm-hmm,
But nonetheless, brother, like let's get into it, man. For everybody that doesn't know, man, we know like I know like you're a fan of Shador. I was a fan of Shador as well.
for sure, for
Actually
sure.
wanted to see him go to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Obviously, that didn't happen. Instead, he went to the the Cleveland Browns. So here we are now. Lot of buzz going on, man. Around KC Concepcion. From a dynasty perspective, or even from a redraft perspective, man, being a fan of Shador, being deep in the dynasty game, man, what's your take on KC Concepcion?
I'm gonna be honest, and I know he was the better receiver coming in. I know he was drafted higher, but I will say Denzel Boston had a great profile. He's a bigger guy. The Philadelphia Eagles talked about drafting him, but that was one of the spots I thought he was going to go to. But they ended up getting Mekhi Lemon. I'm gonna just say I say this in all my mock drafts, man. I put him and I know this conversation isn't about Boston, but I'm just bringing up them two as
Yeah, go
teammates.
for it.
I want to say that they're both on the same playing field. When you're looking at the Cleveland Browns, other than Harold Fanning, I'm gonna ask you. I know you're not a dynasty man, but we're just talking day to day. You got to put your bet down today. Who, other than Harold Fanning, who would you think would lead that game in receptions on this team?
Whew. I mean, it's probably
Anybody, right?
yeah. I mean, it's other than Fanning, it's up in the air. I think like obviously some people will say Jerry Judy, right? And like for me, like I'm a big UT guy, and I think Cedric Tillman 2 years ago he flashed, but like flashing and being on the team that bad, right? Like those are two different things. And Joe Flacco was the quarterback at that time, so you had a competent quarterback, right, to be able to get the receivers the ball. Cedric Tillman was hurt like quite a bit last year, so you still have Tillman, you still have Jerry Judy, you still have Concepcion, you have Boston, you have Fannin, right? So like, there's a lot of ways this could go. To your point, but like Harold Fannin is the safest bet for a pass catcher. But when you
For
look at
sure.
receivers, like if it could be any of those four, if you told me any of those four guys ended up being the leading receiver for for the Cleveland Browns, I'd be like, okay, like that's cool. But I think we all know it's a really bad situation offensively.
Exactly. So, but I asked that because that's how close I am with KC and Denzel Boston. I'm not mad at you for taking either one. And I think even in rookie drafts, what I've been doing, if I have back-to-back picks or if I have to draft for multiple teams, I just exchange one of the two. And I know KC has the higher value, but I just think on this offense, man, anybody other than Harold Fanning can lead this game or not lead this game in reception. So I'm not saying I'm not high on KC, but I just put him in the same boat as everybody else on his team playing that same position until I see otherwise. So with the offense being, new OC, new head coach, Todd Monken came from Baltimore.
Mm.
And then we have Shador and Watson fight, right? Who's going to win that battle? Right now, man, I trust Harold Fanning, and I don't know who the hell else to trust after that as far as catching the passes. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue with anybody that think KC's higher. I ain't gonna argue with you if you're lower. I think they all on the same playing field to me.
Dig that, man. Dig that. Yeah, I like and kind of like pivoting like off of this. Like Quitshaw Judkins is a guy that like he's going later in drafts, man. And I think like for everybody, like we've seen, like he flashed. He was somebody that I was down on last year. Like I wasn't a big fan. I thought Dylan Sampson would have had more work. Although Dylan Sampson came in like the first couple of weeks, did a great job like in the passing game. So again, another added like element to pass catchers, like when you talk about the Cleveland Browns. So I think there's a lot to be desired. There's a lot more questions than answers when we look at the Cleveland Browns for sure. But I love that take, man, as far as like, hey, like if you're going to go with a pass catcher, like you can swap either one of those guys out at that position. So like, hey, like if you're in dynasty drafts and you're listed, hey man, listen to the man. You know what I mean? He knows what's going on for sure. So shifting gears a little bit, man. I know we all know you're a big Dallas Cowboy fan, so we're gonna talk about the Cowboys a little bit here to get you excited, for sure. And one of the first things I want to talk about is the pass catchers, man, from the Dallas Cowboys. Got CeeDee Lamb, obviously we know we got George Pickens. So for you, man, going into any type of draft, like whether it's dynasty, whether it's redraft, you can only choose one Cowboy receiver. Who are you choosing, and why are you choosing that receiver?
I wasn't born in '88. Hey, baby, CeeDee Lamb, you heard me.
All right.
Always CD, baby. I gotta. I see you and your daughter doing the card collection thing. I was on a CeeDee Lamb 88 card tour, but I think I've surpassed 88 cards at this point. So I'm saying that to say this 88 club is always going to be the leader of every receiving room in the Cowboy situation. But I will give you this much though: the value of George Pickens is greater than CeeDee Lamb's. So I'm betting on CeeDee Lamb to be the better receiver, but George Pickens has the better value. I think I had this argument before, and I'm going to kind of swap receiving rooms, but A.J. Brown versus Devonta Smith, right?
Yeah.
I never took A.J. Brown because I thought A.J. Brown, one, he wasn't my guy, but two, he was always valued a lot higher than Smitty. But we know Smitty, man, on good weeks can come through and put up better numbers or right there with AJ is a dominant guy. We know that. We trust that. But I believe in the long run, the price of what A.J. Brown is going to cost, you can get that in Smitty, man, on weeks that you really need it. So I look at this situation as if you were to pass on CeeDee Lamb, you're tripping. But if you do, it's cool because the price check of GP maybe a round and a half later, it'll be well worth it, man. So I'm trusting CeeDee Lamb to be the better guy, but the better value is George Pickens.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. Like when you think about like last year, right? Like just CeeDee Lamb, like it seemed like, obviously he missed a couple games like with the high ankle sprain, then he had the concussion. He still finished with over 1,000 yards.
and dropped a bunch of passes.
Dropped a lot of passes, right? And then even like digging deeper, there were two players that actually had like less snaps than him that actually ranked as far as like top 20 wide receivers. It was Tay Adams and Steph Diggs. So like you really still didn't get all of the snaps from CD Lamb
Yeah.
last season, and he still gave you like pretty solid production. However, the one thing that was like, or actually a couple things that was like really random was he only had 3 receiving touchdowns last year. We talk
Yep.
about that, right? And then he didn't have one top 5 finish at the position last season. So I thought that was a little bit that's a little bit scary for me. And then last year too, like the least amount of games played, the least amount of yards receiving, least amount of touchdowns, targets,
Mhm.
and his lowest catch rate, right? But I think we can all attribute that to like injuries and never being in flow. And then when you bring a talent like George Pickens into the equation, that obviously it helps the team perspective, right? For the team of the Dallas Cowboys, but from a fantasy side and from a stat side, like it can obviously throw things off like a little bit. He's still a man beater, man. Like no question. Like that's the one thing. Like with the Dallas Cowboys, with CD Lamb and with George Pickens, like both of those guys, like absolutely destroy man coverage.
Yeah.
And I agree with you, man, as far as like George Pickens and being like the better value, because even if you wanted to try to make the case to say, hey, all right, George Pickens, he had this type of year because CD Lamb didn't play. Well, even when CD Lamb did play, he still was averaging almost eight targets a game and over 100 yards, and he was still like wide receiver 11 when you look at points per game. Obviously, those numbers go completely through the roof without CD Lamb. But to your
Mhm.
point, like if you're saying this and you, it's actually because I finally like I had this written down. I was like, all right, like you mentioned Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. I looked at
Mhm.
this like this duo here, and I said I would take George Pickens as the number 2. A lot of people are like Chase and T Higgins, and I would
Yeah.
take obviously George Pickens over T Higgins
Oh,
because
for
George,
sure.
yeah, like George Pickens does, and I obviously like you see, as I like to tell everybody back there behind, George Pickens was my guy. I was on George Pickens when we were at the Expo. Like he wins downfield. He doesn't win underneath. He wins downfield, and that's always a big thing for sure for any wide receiver, man. So I agree with you. I think like taking George Pickens at the value perspective is good. However, man, CD Lamb, like a couple years, like what's it last year, man? You could have made the argument that like he could have been one of the top 2, top 3 players off the board in redraft leagues, and now you're getting him kind of at a discount, man, like in that 10 to 12 area. So
Bro, listen, I had this conversation I want to say 3 years ago now, when he had that 1,700-yard season. The
Mm,
year prior, it wasn't the best season. So I was always pushing CD Lamb, receiver 1, CD Lamb, receiver 1. Jamar Chase, Jefferson always went before him. CD Lamb dropped. I got him in reasonable prices in Dynasty because he wasn't valued as high. The year he had that 1,700-yard season, I couldn't get him no more. He was going receiver 1 where I said he would be. So now I look at this as a great price check for CD as well. I know I said George Pickens is the better value, but
yeah,
CD is too, because he can have another 17, 1,600-yard season, and that receiver 8, 7, 9 that he's going, he can shoot right back up to 3. Because this happens every year, man. So anytime you get, I think you get a CD Lamb outside of the top 4, it's a free value for you. So
dig that, dig that. All right, let's see what we got popping here in chat. All right, we got the juice here. All right, dig that. All
shout
right.
out, Pops. What up,
All
Pops?
right, all right, all right. Got the juice squad in here. All right, don't forget about Ferg. Yeah, man, I dig Ferg too, man. I had a lot of him last season, just because he was so daggone cheap, man. Like he's not as cheap as he was last year, but like if you wait on tight ends, man, like in drafts, like obviously, man, like you can do a lot worse than Jake Ferguson. Dak Prescott, like historically, has done really, really great work with the tight ends. So I dig that take as well, man, for sure. So. Appreciate that, man. Uh Next up, man, more Dallas Cowboys stuff.
Hmm.
Javonte Williams, man. Like I want to talk about him because I was a huge fan of his in college when he was in North Carolina. Actually, I wanted the Pittsburgh Steelers to draft him. They didn't. That's water under the bridge. Last year, he gets with the Dallas Cowboys. Like he gets
Yeah.
back to being like Javonte Williams. So my question for you, man, has Javonte peaked? And again, are you in at him on his current ADP?
Well, I say this. He said out his own mouth he got a lot more ball that he can play, or something in that nature, right? Where he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't feel like last year was his best season. He knows that he can do a lot more. my biggest fear with him is the rest of the Cowboys offense is the defense has gotten overly loaded with talent versus last year. I'm not
Woo.
sure if they're going to need Javonte Williams to score as many touchdowns and to run as many yards because we won't be playing catch up and
I
trying to
heard that.
compete as much. Now, I will admit this though: if the defense got better and we're playing smart ball like we should, maybe we lean on the run and not throw it as much as well. So, I don't think he's peaked, but I think maybe he can get more end zone, more touchdown, red zone work than he did before because Dak won't have to throw for 457 yards every game.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I
So
dig that, man.
I give him some red zone touchdown, tush push, whatever they want to do. I give him that. I give him that.
All right, okay. No, like I said, man, like Javante last year, dude, like he was a guy that, like in drafts, like he was just kind of forgotten about. Like you were getting him like super, super late,
Crazy.
man, super
Crazy.
late
Yeah.
in drafts.
Nobody wanted
Uh,
him.
no, nobody wanted him. And then I like for me, I think like the biggest thing for me with Javante is like he changed his game. Like it went from him being like this explosive running back that he was in Denver. The first like year or so before the injury, and then the second year, like people deemed him as more of a pass catcher because he actually had a pretty good year like catching passes his last season in Denver. So people kind of looked at him more as a pass catching back, and it's like, well, that's not really how like I deemed him was a pass catcher. But last season, man, he was one of the best runners in the NFL when you look at running between the tackles. 61% of his carries were in that space, and he averaged 3 point yards after contact on those type of runs, which
Mm-hmm.
he was fourth in the NFL in that space. And then he was tied for fourth in yards after contact at 3.9. So like I think for me, right, like Javonte Williams in this offense now, like I almost kind of want to dub it, and I know this might be blasphemy for some Cowboys fans, and I mean no disrespect when I say what I'm getting ready to say, but it makes me feel like the Miles Austin, Amari Cooper, Marion Barber Dallas Cowboys. That's what it makes me feel like, right? Because like if they're going to be throwing the ball like this, and then you got a banger now like Javonte Williams, which he's transformed his game into that.
Mm-hmm.
I like what they have going on, man. Tied for fourth in yards after contact at 3.9, seventh in total yards after contact, top 10 rusher in the NFL, sixth in TDs with 11. Javante's about that life, baby. He is about that life. And so I was kind of hesitant, like going into drafts like this year of like drafting him as high as he's currently going now, which is probably like around like the third round or so, fourth round. I after doing my homework here, man, getting ready to come kick it with you tonight, I'm like, all right, like maybe I need to get back on the Javante train, man.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
man.
what I mean? Like, maybe I need to get back on it. And the last
Yeah,
thing, like I'll say about him as well, dude, is like you think about him, and I mentioned him as a pass catcher earlier on, right? Like when he was in Denver. So you don't really think of him as a pass catcher even with Dallas, but like he was one catch away from being in the top 15 to top 12 in running back receptions last season. He had 35, and that's more than
35.
guys
Yeah.
like that's more than guys like DeAndre Swift and James Cook. And DeAndre Swift, like he always has that stigma of being a pass catching running back. And you got this banger now of Javonte Williams coming out here
Mm-hmm.
catching passes now in an offense that like we can say what we want about the Dallas Cowboys. Like I like low key, like I root for Dak Prescott, even though it is, I root for him because I think like, hey man, the brother can play. He's a
For
good
sure.
guy. You know what I mean? And I think like he's gotten a bad rap throughout his entire career. So like I like if the Cowboys like were successful, I'd be okay with that. Like I don't hate them.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
just think it's really dope, man, that like that Javante is like in this space and it's kind of going low key underrated.
Yeah, I mean, 51 targets. He had about 15 points per game last year in fantasy. Like you said, 1,200 yards. Again, man, this isn't I'm not even gonna say it's not an RB1. I'm gonna just say, we got those Bijan Robinson, Jameer Gibb guys.
Mm-hmm.
But me, I'm either a hero running back guy where I get one of those and I chill on running backs, or I just get my receivers and try to fill in later on running backs. And a guy like Javonte Williams can be your RB1, and you can trust him for the whole season. So, I mean, I know people are biased with the helmets and who's playing for who, but Javonte Williams
Mm-hmm.
could be your running back one throughout the season, man, and you can win a lot of games and maybe go to championship with that. So, don't sleep on him, man.
Don't sleep on them, man.
Anytime you on a team that's scoring points, those are the players you want. That's just how I can the lamest terms, right?
Hey,
If the
break it
team's
down.
scoring points, go get the players.
That's
That's
it, man. Hey,
easiest way to
man.
do it.
Fantasy, man. You gotta take you like that's like. I'm glad you brought that up, man. Because like sometimes like you can still be biased about like what it says on a helmet. And I'm glad you brought that up, man. For sure. Because like obviously, man, like it's no secret, man. People are not exactly fans of the Dallas Cowboys.
For
And I
sure.
think like in certain leagues, man, like whether it's dynasty or whether it's redraft, like sometimes that could be how you win leagues, man, is by taking guys that like, your league mates don't like,
Yeah,
them for whatever reason, or they have a bias. Like all these guys ball out, like they all ball out. And like, you got to put that by the bedside, man, as far as like being
got
biased
to.
about team. Cause I'll tell you right now, listen, hey man, you see it back there all day long. But hey, if I'm taking every Cincinnati Bengal right now at this point
I'm
over every
with you.
Pittsburgh Steeler twice on Sundays, man.
I'm with
Every
you.
single
I'm with
day,
you.
bro. You know what I mean? So
It's a different
I'm glad.
game.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you called that out, man. So all right. So Dynasty sell right now, man. Who you
Dynasty
selling?
sales.
Yeah, like I'm gonna have my hands
Give
off the wheel on this one, man. This is all you. Who you
okay.
selling in Dynasty right now,
Okay.
man?
I'm gonna ask you to give me a position. That way I can kind of tame it down some.
I'll say let's go running back. Let's go. Who's the
Running back.
Dynasty sell for your running back?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say a guy that has the name, has the production, but has a big red flag on his back because we don't know what the hell is going to happen with his team. I think Devon Achan is the number one sale for
Woo!
me. I think it got to be
Okay.
Achan, man. It got to be
All
Achan
right.
because, and I say this because the value is there. This ain't no Joe Blow trade, right? You ain't gonna just give me Javonte Williams for Achan, right? But I think the price tag is still there. He just got the contract. So if you're looking for the long-term longevity, he got that. So he's secured in that. And a lot of people believe that he's the number one weapon. He's the only weapon. So they can just run him all over the place and he's going to get all the points. If someone believes that, that's the people you go talk to. Because I think Devon Achan, if you ask me, it's a big red flag on him, man. Malik Willis, he doesn't pass the ball down. He doesn't chuck down to the running back. So that's less passes to him. He doesn't have Mike McDaniels in the offense. He doesn't have Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill opening up the field so he can just burst through and get past everybody. If the defense is all up against the wall, I think it's going to be tough, man, for him to just use his speed to get through a brick wall. You know what I'm saying? So my biggest fear is Achan is going to have less pass attempts this year, less catches, and honestly, less production, man. I think it's going to be tough for Miami Dolphins to really do much, man. They're a bad team, and I think we're going to see a lot of that happen, even with the number one offensive weapon in Devon Achan.
Yeah, and I always say this, man, like, and I always give like an asterisk beside this is like, hey, like I'll take any player, like if they become a value. I think with HN, like this is just my biggest fear with him. Everything that you said, like I agree with like 1,000%. My biggest fear with him is that you're looking at a team, as you mentioned, like Malik Willis, like doesn't check the ball down, and we have a very small sample size of Malik Willis playing quarterback in a lot of those situations. Like he was pulling the ball down and he was running. He's in the Green Bay offense, right? That's with playmakers, right? With running backs, like with wide receivers. Like I know like Tucker Kraft wasn't there, but there were still some pretty solid playmakers on the outside, better than what he's got in Miami, like 1,000%. But my biggest fear with Devon Achan is that you draft him and you get all the way to week 13, 14, right? Like when it really counts, like
And
in the
they out the
playoffs,
playoff run. Yeah.
man, they out and like and they're
Yeah.
eliminated. And then like now, like they're sitting their star player because
Yep.
now they're in
They
the
want that
Manning.
number one pick,
Yeah,
and
man.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm with you.
yeah,
Yeah, I ain't.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I ain't think of that part, but you're right.
yeah, that's my biggest fear with him. I think
Yeah,
like over the last 2 years, like he absolutely has been one of the most electric players like in the
for
NFL,
sure.
like hands down, like no question, right? But we've seen this before, man. We were kind of talking a little bit offline. I know you're in the age range to remember this, but when I think about players like this right here who are like really dynamic individual players, but like are in incredibly bad situations and they don't have the ability to be able to score touchdowns. I think about a guy like Steven Jackson many moons ago,
Mm.
who, like, when we think about Steven Jackson was probably hands down one of the most physically imposing running backs in the NFL, but he played for a Rams team that just did not score a lot of points. And I think that's exactly what we're looking at when we look at Devon Achane this year, man. So I definitely like that call for sure.
And like you said, like I said earlier, I think it's just the value. He's going so high. It's not like I'm picking a mid tier, low tier guy that I want to get rid of. If I'm gonna get rid of somebody that's worth a whole lot of payback, I get rid of a guy that I think is gonna have a fall off, man. I think that's the best way to do it.
Dig that, dig that. All right, so we selling and now we buying. All right.
Buying.
So who is your biggest dynasty buy? And I'll keep it at the same spot, man. Who's your biggest dynasty buy at the running back position?
See, those buys are tricky, man. Those buys are tricky because
Okay.
I'm a guy like this right now. I don't know if you know how I play this game, but I've always preached. My biggest line is go get your guy, and I see this used a lot lately. I'm not saying I coined the phrase, but
Yeah.
if you ever know me, I'm taking CD Lamb over everybody. That's my man. Now I'm taking him at a reasonable price. Now I'm not a fool. I'm not taking a 101, but I'm always gonna go get my guy because I believe. I know you're not a dynasty guy, bro, but just imagine having a team of ADP players, but you don't have a team of guys that you actually want to root for, cheer for, and you watch and keep up with. So Dynasty League, bro, it's like a real team. It's like your team. So I think we have a lot of vacant teams in Dynasty Leagues because people draft off of these shows and ADPs, and then they look back after they lose and say, man, I ain't even want half these players. You know what I'm saying? So go get the guys that you like, but get them at a reasonable price, and then you will never want to leave that league because you're building something that you like and you want to play with. So I say all that to say, when it's a buy value or just buy of, hey man, this is my guy, bro. Whatever it is, I need him. You know what I'm saying? And I think one of the safest buys right now I can give you that I think people are sleeping on, and it's crazy to hear this name, but I'm gonna give you a name that I think nobody's really been talking about, and it's been crickets on. I think Saquon Barkley is finally a buy for everybody, bro.
I'm glad you talked about this.
I think Saquon Barkley with the AJ. I think all Philadelphia Eagles players right now are at a great buy because nobody wants Jalen Hurts. Devonta Smith is the only one that's outpriced because now he's the all-star receiver one. But AJ Brown is out of the room. You don't hear no more media in the locker room. You don't hear ESPN talking about him. It's crickets. Everybody forgot about the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think right now, Saquon Barkley not having a big dog AJ Brown opening up the field and a bunch of like, not saying Smitty can't take the roof off the house, but I think Jalen Hurts is going to do a lot of dinking and dunking this year. I don't see him going downfield too much like he was with AJ. And I think Saquon, man, is finally about to just, all right, I took last year off. I'm back. We about to run this ball and push our way all the way to this end zone. And nobody's talking about him. So Saquon Barkley might be the sneakiest buy in Dynasty right now, period.
I love that take, bro. I do, because I think, like, even for me, man, like the very first video I ever shot, like making content, was about Saquon Barkley, because I was like, there's like, this guy has played on like one of the worst teams in the NFL, and now he's going to one of the best teams in the NFL. And like, of course, everybody's always going to talk about like the call that they make, and like, you know, the one call that they make or the two calls that they make that's like really good versus like the ones that they miss on. Like, I try to like keep myself honest and like, hey, like if I go there and it's a hit, like let's talk about it. If it's a miss, like I'll be like, I'm there for it too. Last year, I think like historically we should know about like the amount of carries and like what happens after that. And I think like we kind of negated that to say like Saquon Barkley is one of the biggest freaks of athletes that we've seen like at the running back position, right? Because if we go back again like 2 years ago, he could have broken the single season rushing record.
I wanted him to, bro. I kept saying he sold out, man. I was pissed off.
Yeah,
everybody was mad at me, man. Look, I don't care, man. I know he didn't win a Super Bowl, so I guess it counted. But man, forget that, bro. You got a chance to make history like that, man. Hey, coach, I gotta be selfish today, man. I need it.
Yeah, and I think like that was the thing, right? It's like he had the opportunity to do that, and I think it was just given the circumstances of the organization that he formerly played against, like not doing it. But like he had the opportunity to do that, right? Like he had the opportunity to. I mean, he's already like, you know, a legend. He's already a Hall of Famer, all that other stuff. But like he had a chance to like to cement it. And he chose not to, right? And I think there's a certain grace that you got to have, you know, handling those type of situations. But I've said, man, like I think this year specifically Jalen Hurts. I think that Jalen Hurts, like this is the cheapest you're gonna get him this year, 1,000%. Like this is the cheapest you're gonna get him. There is something to be said about certain players, and Jalen Hurts is a psychopath when you think about him wanting to win and him wanting to be successful. Like we've seen it like documented on camera. And I think and I remember when Ben Roethlisberger, when Antonio Brown left Pittsburgh, right? Now, two completely separate scenarios, right? But kind of a similar one. I remember when Antonio Brown left, like Ben Roethlisberger, he just wanted to show everybody that like it wasn't because of Antonio Brown. And I think Jalen Hurts wants to show everybody that it's not, it wasn't because of AJ Brown. And like he wants to win, right? And Saquon Barkley is kind of a forgotten guy now because like it wasn't, he didn't give you like number 2 or number 1 player overall in fantasy production last year. He gave you like what? I don't have it in front of me. Probably like running back like 7. Actually, I do. I lied. I do have it in front of me. It was like he was running back like 14. I've got this like broken down here, like in receiving stuff, because that's what I was just looking at. But like even from that space, right? Like we didn't get the production that like we thought we would get from Saquon Barkley last season. And this year, I think like they're gonna reestablish the run. He's a focal point of the offense. Like there's no question about that. But like you mentioned, Dallas Goedert is somebody that like I think is being grossly underrated.
Oh yeah,
like as well. Like now, like back, so. Right. Like you look at like the red zone opportunities that AJ Brown vacated, right? I mean, you look at this like Saquon last year, like he did not have one running back finish all season long. I think the best he did was running back 4, ironically, again against the Giants. So yeah, I agree with that, man. I love that take, bro. I love that take. So I want to get to a couple of things here. Yeah.
Well, no, that's what Cornbread was talking about Price. He was saying Jadarian Price is a good buy right now. My biggest fear is prices. I think people actually want him. I think he's a little hard to buy right now. I think you really I'll take that back. I'm not gonna say he's hard to get. But I think when you're looking at Jadarian Price, and I got up KTC, man. Actually, I had that up for a little while now. Jadarian Price. Right now, he is running back 17 on KTC. Jadarian Price is actually 2 spots behind Saquon Barkley, Kyron Williams, Cam Scatterbo, Bucky Irvin, Javonte Williams. I think that's well priced. I mean, I'm gonna ask you. Do you think, to me, would you trade Kyron Williams for Jadarian Price?
I'm a little like Jadarian Price. Like I got burned last year by rookie running backs, like in redraft leagues. So I'll be like, I'll be up front. Like I was big into Travion Henderson. I seen him play his freshman year, and I was like, this guy's a stud, and I want him. So like I drafted a lot of him last year. Was into RJ Harvey quite a bit last year as well. So I got burned by rookie running backs last year. So I'm kind of taking a step back from that. So you talk about like what Price? Who'd you say, Price or
Javon? We talking, and that is where I'm.
I know. It's redraft dynasty. Right? Dynasty, like long term. But you also got to remember, right? You got Sharps coming back, and like I think Sharps is like he's not going to go away. Like he's not going to go away. It's a new offensive coordinator there, like in Seattle, right? And I think he came from he came from San Francisco, right? It's like so still kind of like got a feel for like the Shanahan deal. I don't know, man. Like I'm a little like and again, like don't take me to the bank on this because I'm not a dynasty guy. But like for me, I truly feel like Jadarian Price, like I think it was the situation and it's the time frame, but you still have a guy like Emmanuel Wilson who's there as well, like in Seattle. And there were moments, man, where he looked really good, like with the Green Bay Packers. So like I'm still trying to figure out, like I'm taking my shots like on the Seattle run game, like later on. But like Emmanuel Wilson, like if I'm in Dynasty and like I can get him for like a bag of nickels, like I might, why not? Like, why not? Yeah. Because I think sometimes like us as fantasy managers, like we see like the ceiling, right? Like we see the ceiling, and depending on like what type of roster you have, like if it's a win now roster, you might be able to move. And I'm just cooking here, man. So bear with me. Maybe you might be able to move like a third or a fourth for like an Emmanuel Wilson. Like if you found the right price or a right manager versus like a Jadarian Price, like taking him or trying to make a move for him. So I think like the talent could be there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always really hard to gauge, man, when you have a player like as dynamic as Jordan Love was in Notre Dame to really like solidify and say, okay, like this player, independent of the previous player, could be that. Because how many times in the NFL have we seen a running back who was like a change of pace guy? Like, and we think like, man, like we'd love to see like more of them, and we see more of them like as a lead runner, and that actually ain't that thing.
Well, I'm gonna say this: how many times have we wanted a player to be who we know they are, but the offensive coordinator doesn't give them the opportunities? That's the,
Facts,
you know what I'm
facts,
saying? I think that's the
facts,
biggest. That's
facts.
the biggest thing. So I brought up Saquon because I think he's the biggest value difference. Because I'm looking at even KTC with the dynasty rankings. Saquon is 6 spots or 5 spots behind Travion Henderson, and we all know last year I don't know where to price Travion Henderson right now. I have no idea what this offense is going to be, what they're going to use with him. Ramondre Stevenson still scores the touchdowns, and they got AJ Brown, so they should throw the ball more. But Jadarian Price is 2 spots behind Saquon, and he's behind Kyron Williams. I think he's rightfully priced there. I think I would put him close to Cam Scatterbo and Bucky Irvin. I just don't know if I would put him over Kyron Williams and Saquon Barkley right now.
I don't think you can, man, because I think again, like we live in two different worlds, right? Which is why, like, one of the other reasons why, like, I was super excited to do this is because, like, Kyron Williams is like over the last 2 years, like everybody has had like their like everybody's had their doubts about him, like right,
and
like
nobody wants him.
Nobody wants him, man. Like nobody wants him, and the guy plays in one of the
Blake Corum right now to be
right.
Nobody wants this man. You're right,
and he plays in one of the best offenses in the NFL, right? And like we had Frank Amarante on a couple nights ago, and he was talking about like negative touchdown regression for Matthew Stafford. There's a lot of like, some of his, I shouldn't say a lot, but some of his production came inside the red zone. And like, you got to think like he's going to take a step back, like as far as like negative touchdown regression. And if he does, then like, where does that positive regression comes from? It comes from Kyron Williams, or it comes from like, obviously the running back, right? And Blake Corum, it's been the same thing, dude. Like I remember when Blake Corum was a rookie, like in best ball drafts, people were drafting him like in the 7th and 8th round. And then like everything went completely sideways. And I know I'm going on a rant here, but this is just how it gets sometimes. Dude, like the moment they said Kyron Williams was returning kicks, nobody wanted him. Nobody wanted him. Everybody thought like this is it, like this is the end of the world. And I think like even the coach speak I seen yesterday where Sean McVay was like, oh, like Blake Corum is a stud. He's going to be a part of what we do. And somebody was like, well, what do you want him to say? That like he's asked? Like, is that what you want him to say? Like, is that what you want him to say? Right. So I think like to your point, man, like Kyron, Saquon, I think it's appropriately priced. And Travion, like, yeah, like you don't know what you're getting with him because you don't know what you're getting with Mike Vrabel in that offense. Although I do think that the Patriots offense now will benefit from AJ Brown as far as having like a legitimate pass catcher out there on top of Romeo Doubs as well. Kayshon Boutte is obviously, man, he's a pretty good player as well. So I think like they're going to see more light boxes. And I feel like I repeat this like quite frequently when we talk about the Patriots. Ramondre Stevenson, top 10 in the NFL last season running against stacked boxes. He doesn't see that next year. Travion Henderson doesn't see it next year. He doesn't see that this year. Travion Henderson doesn't see that if he's able to get on the field. So I think it's an interesting take, man, for sure.
Yeah. Shout out Cornbread though. That's my guy, man. But
all right, Cornbread. All right.
Look, Price is his guy. He been taking Price over everybody. So I ain't mad at him for stamping Price. You feel me?
Yo, man, listen, stand on business wherever you at, man. Like that. Like I love that, man. Stand on business, man. Stand on business for sure. All right, cool. All right, well, we're gonna hit you with a couple of like rapid fire questions, man. I'm gonna hit you with a couple rapid fire questions. And after we get through that, man, like I've got our final question here. So those people that don't know you, know, man, you're a big Nipsey Hussle guy. What's the one thing that turned you on the Nip, man?
His interviews. I think when I saw a couple of his interviews first.
Dig it.
Me, I'm a behind the scenes type person. Like people are who they are on camera, and then when you see who they are when the lights go off, those are the people I like to see. So I like reading people's bios, and I like hearing their documentaries. I would pick a documentary over a movie every day because I like to actually see the raw footage. You know what I'm saying? Like one day I'm gonna take this green screen off and I'm gonna get dirty, man. We're gonna just get to back to the basics. You feel me? So I just like the person. I think even when I met you, I literally told you my entire story in like 5 minutes. But so that's what really put me on the Nip, man, is just the person of who he was. And then it just you kind of gravitate to people like that. So,
Man, dude, same thing, dude. Like I remember watching the interview, the one interview with me, and I'm pretty sure you probably remember it. It might even be the same one for you. He was wearing the Seattle Mariners hat, and he was talking
yep,
about,
outside the jail.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, man, like talking about, hey, man, like buying stuff that like has equity to it, not
Yes,
buying land, not buying stuff like jewelry and all. And I was like, yo, I was like, who is this cat? I was like, because I'm
yeah.
feeling everything that he's saying. What's your favorite Nip song, man?
That's a great question. I say the one that I play the most is might be Perfect Timing.
Okay.
Might be perfect. It's not even on the album. It's like just a single.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that? Let me see. I don't know, man. Now you got me over here wanting to know. Hey, look, it's too far down, but I got his book, this last book. I didn't read it, but I just anything with Nip. Like I said, I'm waiting on the vinyl coming in. It's dropping August 14th. I just if it's online and it's dropping. I mean, I was a marathon guy. I actually named my first pop when I first started. It was the Fantasy Football Marathon.
I remember.
Came from him. So
I remember.
Yeah, I want to say Nipsey Perfect Timing though. That's my favorite one, man. That's everything is perfect timing, and he said it the right way in that song. So,
all right,
perfect timing.
Right. Dig that. All right. Well, favorite rap album.
Favorite rap album.
Well,
you know, every rap, every era has an era. But I'll tell you this, man. Nobody is ever gonna be better than my number one favorite guy all time, Project Pat, baby. I'm a Project Pat man to the dough, you know.
What? I had no clue. What? I had no clue.
Smackdown, man. Laying the smackdown.
That's your favorite one? Okay, all right. Mr. Don't Play for me, man. Mr. Don't Play is like that's
you know what? No, I thought Mr. Don't Play. I'm tripping.
Mr. Don't Play is in my that's in my top 10. Man, that's in my
top 5 album ever, bro.
Yo, sure. I had no idea.
Don't Play, yeah.
I had no idea that's what you was gonna drop.
I'm trying to get that vinyl now, man. He sold out them jump so quick. Yeah, Mr. Don't Play, baby.
Okay, all right, I dig that.
My man right there.
All right. Have you listened to the Goats album yet with him and Juicy J?
Yeah, I went through it a couple of times. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, it is. I
don't know if you noticed, but Pat say he don't curse no more. So
no, he don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, man, one of my partners, man, back home, man, Dennis. He life-changing stuff, man. Like he's a great guy, man, doing his own thing. He's a doctor now, man. Actually did some work with Project Pat, man, back home, man. Okay. I'm from Tennessee, so like it was definitely dope to see that, man. Both of those guys, man, doing some positive stuff in the community. So that was totally fire, man, for sure. But that's a great pull on your part, man, for sure. All right. Superflex or tight end premium?
Both. Got to be both.
Okay.
Both, baby. Yeah. I'm tight end premium. Because that's why I got to be tight end premium, bro. I don't care if it's not Superflex or not. People complain about how the tight ends don't matter. They suck. After the top 5, you can put anyone in it. So make them matter. Like, don't complain and say they don't matter. Make them matter. Put the tight end premium on it and make them matter. So if you're telling me that a guy like Chig Okonkwo, he's an average tight end. He might not score a lot. Well, give him a boost of points so that he does score a lot and actually does something. So I believe in tight end premium every single way you go because you got to make the position matter if you're going to start him.
All right, dig that. All right. What's your favorite TV show?
It's different genres now, but I will just say I just cleaned up my whole entire little section right here, and the one DVD set that I still have. Actually, I watch this once a year, so I can tell you.
If you say it, I'm gonna lose my mind, man.
No, it's probably. Well, listen, I watch this once a year, every year, and I'm actually yesterday I finished episode 11, so I got to go through the rest of them. It's The Wire, man. It's The Wire.
No, I literally was just watching that before, like literally I watch that every single year, man. Same thing, like right around this time, like during the off season, man. I watch it. Last thing I just seen before I got on here with you was them killing Stringer Bell. That was the last thing I said, man.
So the episode I just watched yesterday was Kima was in the back seat with Orlando.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Deal. Yep, I just watched.
Oh my god, bro, that is
every year.
Same business, man. I tell people all the time, I'm like, if you have not watched The Wire, don't talk to me. They don't talk to me. I'm gonna
give you a story now. Granted, I don't know what scene this was or what it was at, but I used to go at Morgan State a lot and go party back. It's like early 2000s.
Yeah,
and I actually saw them recording an episode. probably for
Oh,
like season 5 or 6. Of season 5, yeah. I don't know what episode, I don't know, but at that little bar where they be drinking and all the people, we was
yeah,
out there
yeah.
one day. Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
saw.
crazy. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That is literally my favorite TV show, man. Like of all
That's
time,
my
favorite
one.
like characters. Like I watch it like every single year, man. I like
Yeah.
this is how I know. All right, okay.
Yes, sir.
Next one. All right. So it's two part. Who is your favorite Dallas Cowboy, and then who is your favorite non-Dallas Cowboy?
It's a great question. So can we go defense and offense, or
It's your world. It's
I
your
know,
world.
but I got too many my guys. All right, so I
All
just say
right.
this: Dez Bryant's always on #1 Cowboy of all
Yeah.
time. Period.
Okay.
No question
All
about
right.
that. 100%. That's my dog. That's why I was just so crazy that story happened at the Expo, because he was always my guy anyway.
Okay.
Anytime you have a jersey that he doesn't even play in, that means you must be something, right? So when I
Yeah.
had his New Orleans Saints jersey, that's when I knew, yeah, it's over with.
Okay.
You are the fan. My favorite non-Cowboy. That's a great question, because there's so many eras, man. I say this: the receiver position is my favorite position of all time. I'm a receiver guy. I can go through every position, man. That's why it's tough, bro. I don't have a true #1 outside of the Cowboys. I'll give you a current one, and right now, if we
Okay.
talking right now, we talking Kyle Pitts. That's my dog, 100%.
Okay.
That's
All
my
right.
#1, always, baby. That's my guy. All time, he's not though. I would probably just say Randy Moss. Probably Randy Moss, probably my favorite player all time.
All right.
A guy that could have been a Cowboy. How about that? Should have been.
Golly, though. They dropped
Yeah.
yeah, listen, they fumbled the ball on that one. They fumbled the
Yeah.
ball on that one.
But prime time, my favorite defensive player all time. Either team, no matter what team he play with. That's my guy.
All right, dig that. Who is a podcaster, man, you haven't worked with yet that you want to work with?
So you one of them. So I'm gonna tell you that you one of them.
Dig that, bro. Dig that.
Also,
dig that.
I don't know. Probably won't have you for a dynasty mock draft, but I got something in store for you, baby. I got
Sign me up, man. Sign me up. Listen, I'm trying to expand my horizons, man. Sign me up. All right.
I don't know, bro. Because I'm gonna say this. I'm one of the guys that I would just inbox anybody. Like, I don't even have to know you. I don't have to follow you. You have to follow me. Hey, man, what's up? I watch your content. You want to holler? Like, that's just how I roll, So I haven't been in anybody's inbox recently because I'm trying to build my channel and just figure out how I want to do things. But
yeah,
that's a great question, bro. I gotta go to. That's a list of people. It depends on the mood, bro. Like, I'm gonna say this, right?
Give me a name. Give me a name.
I'm gonna say you. I'm gonna say you. So you next. You next.
Okay.
Man. You next.
Okay.
You
All
next.
right.
Because a lot of times it depends on what's going on. Like, if you might. I had some people before that I don't even see online no more. So I'm like, damn, I don't even know if they still do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of tough when you really don't see them get active. So right now you on the list. So I'm here with you. We on the Fantasy Football LLC, baby. Fantasy Football Show LLC. My boy Johnny Main, baby. That's how it is.
All right. This is a vibe. All right. This is not the last question, but it's the next to last question. Because you already kind of told me. I was going to ask you what position you would play in the league, but I'm assuming receiver.
Oh, well, no, I say tight end because I'm too slow.
Okay, all right. Word to Kyle Pitts. All right, cool. All right.
I'm too slow for a receiver. I can tell you that. So it's tight end. And I played in high school, played one season, but I had to play DN. Bro, yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not the person I am now that I was in high school. I'm just not an aggressive dude, though. So I'm gonna be honest. I would rather take the hit than to hit you because I'm gonna let you know that you're not hurting me. Like, you think you're hurting me. So I like to break you down on offense. I don't play defense. I'm an offensive guy.
Okay. All right. Dig that. All right. So this is the next to last question. I call this one 4th and 20. 4th and 20. Give me your spiciest tape for the upcoming season. Can be about a team. Can be about a player. Anything. Give me your spiciest tape. 4th and 20.
Huh?
Yeah.
This stuff right here. I know he already did this before, so I can't say him. All right, I'm gonna give you one.
All right.
Dak Prescott MVP.
Oh, how did I know it was going to be centered around the Dallas Cowboys?
It wasn't going to be. But we just talked about GP. We talked about CD. I think they have the defense now, but I think the win column will establish why he should be that. Put Dak Prescott, man, MVP.
Dak Prescott MVP. All right, cool. All right, so this is my last one. This is the one I'm actually the most excited about to ask you because obviously of what you do, man, Dynasty content. Kind of break this down for every single guest that we have.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna throw it. Who's your offensive rookie of the year?
Offensive rookie of the year. I think it's Jeremiah Love. Got to be right. That's the what the 103 pick.
Yeah, he is. He
I mean,
is, man.
Because I'm gonna say this: Cornell Tate is a great player. Fernando Mendoza, I don't think he's gonna play the full season to even get it anyway.
I dig that.
And then once we get past Mekhi Lemon and Tyson and Price, it's like, so you know what? See, even my boy Cornbread, he gonna say Price, and honestly, Price has a great way to get to that. But I just think, I think that I'm gonna say this: the Arizona Cardinals defense is horrible. We all know it's bad. Jeremiah Love has a much better chance of just stacking the stat line because the defense is just terrible. So Jacoby Brissett just got a new deal today because he throw many yards and touchdowns because he was playing catch up all season. I think you roll with the offense this year when you talk about offensive players. So I'm gonna give it to Jeremiah Love because that offense is gonna have to score points.
So you're not concerned or you're not worried at all about kind of a similar situation for Devon Achane. You're not worried about that at all, like with Jeremiah Love.
Nah, because Achane, we just talked about Achane, right? Name me one of his receivers.
Fair. Not fair.
Arizona Cardinals got Michael Wilson had a breakout, Marvin Harrison, Trey McBride. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, fair.
You can stack the box if you want, but he ain't gonna win that one. So yeah, it's Jeremiah Love for me.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right, man. And then your man is in here. He's with Price and he's with Tate, rookie of the year. So I dig that, man. All right, man. Well, listen, man. Dude, listen. I appreciate this, man. Like I said, like again, like no cap at all, man. Like I've been definitely looking forward to this moment right here, man. To have you on the show, for sure, and just to chop it up with you for sure, man. Love your energy, love your vibe, love everything that you're putting out all the time. So one last time, man. Before, wait a minute, hold on, we got one more here. Hey, your man Cornbread, love years 2027, not 2026. I dig that, man. I dig that take. Let everybody know, man, where they can find you, what's going on, like what you got going on next, like what happens on the weekly. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. Just follow me, man, over at the Juice League. I got it listed underneath me on the screen. Again, I just started this new channel probably about in April. And hey, I'm like having fun, you know, but I'm really starting off, bro. I'm building like some gumbo, right? Fantasy football is like my base right now because that's what people know me for. But at some point, I want to start getting into everything, all the sports, the interviewing, music. I want to have a night where we breaking down some music, what new releases out. So I'm going to get to that at some point. But right now, we're doing some fantasy, and that's like the base of it. So the Juice League, baby, bring your juice, bring your cups, man. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk sports, and we're going to do what we do. But always, we're going to have that music playing, man. Always some beats or something going on in the background for sure.
Dig that. All right, man. Well, listen, before I let you go, man, I do got to get one take since you like a diehard music guy. I gotta get your take on this. So one of my goats, man, aka Weezy, Dwayne Carter. I just want to get your take on it. Where you at with him, man?
Well, I heard the episode where you say you went to the show, he didn't show up. So
man, bro, bad. Yeah, I'm going back Tuesday, man. I'm going back this Tuesday. Yeah, him and French Montana will be there on Tuesday, so I'll be back in the building.
Well, I say this, man. You never heard my first mixtape, but my first mixtape I ever put out. Well, maybe my second one. My first line on the first song was, "People say I sound like Lil Wayne. I can't be Lil Wayne. I got a bald head." So trust me, Lil Wayne has been my man. But I was a Lil Wayne guy before Lil Weezy. It's Lil Wayne,
Cash
man.
Money,
Back when
Cash Money.
Hot Boys, that was my
yes,
guy.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Him and Turk, man. I like the young guys on the teams. Those are the ones I relate to. So any mixtape you throw on, the Drought, the Carter, man, listen, I got an iPod that's like 20 years old. They got 500 some Weezy songs on it. So trust me.
Let's go.
That's my guy. That's my dog. But man, turn the auto tune off. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. Like no auto tune. Just give me that, man. Man. Well, listen. I appreciate you being on again, man. This has been a total vibe, man, for sure. Hopefully we can do it again, man, during the regular season. Hopefully I can hop onto your show at some point in time, man, get into some of those dynasty drafts or whatnot. But listen, man, it's me, it's your man, Johnny Man. It's the homeboy Fizzle Dollars, man. Go follow him. Go check him out. Go like all of his stuff. He a real one. Listen, man, No Ceilings. Let's go. No Ceilings, the greatest mixtape ever.
Hey, John, I got one more thing for you, baby. I was going to do this early, but I said I'm going to wait, man, to the end. I got something for you. You ready?
Let's do it.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Yeah, I finally made it. No, I'm not the first guest, but I'm probably your favorite. I don't know the trusted rankings because they look like the Matrix. I just draft who I want because I get back to the basics. When I told them the truth, yeah, I show them the proof. Just subscribe, check the vibe because you know it's the juice, baby. All right, juice, man, juice league. I'm out of this thing.
Let's go. We out, baby.